When it comes to torticollis and head preference, it is very important to understand how the infant skull works. Whether your babe comes into the world via vaginal delivery or C-section delivery, the bones of the skull have to overlap in order to come out of the womb. After delivery, the bones then have to find their way back into their normal resting position. Sometimes this requires a little help via chiropractic and techniques that you can do yourself at home. Two important things to note. Torticollis is caused by tight neck muscles, most commonly by the sternocleidomastoid muscle, or SEM for short. It can be present at birth or it can be tight later on, causing favoring of one side. This can turn into flattening of the skull from not wanting to move their head from side to side. Here's your sequence on how to do this at home with your little one. The first technique that you are going to do is called suture rubbing. Here, you are going to focus on each suture line and doing a gentle rub over top of it. Doing this multiple times a day increases the blood flow to your baby's suture lines in order to help them open up and create space for movement. Here's what it looks like on a real baby. This will help with reducing flattening of the skull. This next technique can be done after diaper changes because they will likely be already lying down. Having one hand hold their little shoulder, gently guide their head to the opposite side to get a gentle neck stretch in. Try to do this technique a few times throughout the day to help your babe stretch out their neck. You can also do this with their hand underneath their head to help stretch out their neck this way. While they're on their backs, don't forget to stretch out their little arms by reaching them above their heads. This will help to loosen up their body in order to make it easier for them to move their necks freely. This next technique is another neck stretch that you can do to help their tight SCM muscle. Have them in football hold and gently hold their little arm underneath and bring your elbow upwards to stretch out their necks. Doing repetitions about 5 times and holding for 3 seconds will be amazing to help them stretch out their little muscles. When it comes to the flattening on the back of their skull, the suture rubbing and these stretches are going to be amazing for your little one. It is also important to remember that when they are sleeping, if they're always looking one direction, gently move their head to the opposite side and keep alternating every few nights to reduce the chance of flattening and tightness. If your kiddo is a little bit older and working on sitting, they can sit in front of you and you can encourage them to look up to help strengthen out the back of their necks. And this also helps to stretch out the front of their necks, especially that SCM muscle, and gaining that confidence and looking up and looking side to side. This can be really beneficial when you go back into tummy time. Tummy time can be really hard for these little ones because of the tightness in their bodies. When they gain the confidence to move their heads, they will be able to learn to gain more strength when they are on that tummy time. Having alternate tummy time positions can help them gain that confidence for when they go flat on their bellies again. You can do this over top of a boppy with toys in front of them. You can do this over top of your leg. You can even do this over top of an exercise ball to help them gain strength in their necks by rolling the balls side to side, forward and back in order to gain that confidence. You can also do this in reverse tummy time or guppy pose position. Have your kiddo on your lap and hold their bodies and support their necks as you lower them down gently to stretch out the front of their neck or their SCM. You can do this on a ball if the other way is just too intense for your little one. This will help lengthen out their SCM and have them a little bit more space to open up their upper body to reduce tension throughout their whole body.